the 11th event of the Team Quadrilla Marble League in Season 3, we are back with Quartet Diving, a bit of a throwback to Season 1, the first and only time this event was held. The goal, as the marbles plunge down into the water, is to get your marbles as far to the right edge as possible. There you can see the blocks the marbles come out of, and over the diving boards into the water, see the far right edge. 25 centimeters each marble can get, for a total maximum of 100 centimeters. The Red Lotus head, but only by 2 points now after the last event. Valley Dashers have closed that gap, trying to overtake them after this one. Slime Balls with their gold rise up to third, and it's the Green Lotus with their bronze in fourth. Poison Ivy down there got second in the last event. We're going to see Team Atlantic, the home team and last place team in the championship, start us off and show us how it's done. And that was a pretty good run. We saw 2 marbles making it all the way to the right edge. There you can see Narwhal perched there in the top right corner. Another marble, I think that's their captain. No, that's Orca of Team Atlantic, getting all the way to the edge. That is a full 25 points for them and Narwhal. And that means Team Atlantic as a whole, they clear 90 centimeters with a 91.6. Considering the Bacon Brawlers record from Season 1, 94.8, that is a pretty good score. Now, Aquamarines, another team that also was here in Season 1, got this event pretty well down, I'd say. They got 4th place back then. Or they will get 1 all the way to the end. That's Sapphire, and the other 3 weren't as close as they might have hoped. I don't think this will be Team Atlantic. They only get 1 all the way to the end. The other 3 just getting about, I have to say, 20 ranges. No, none of them reached the 20, and that means it's only 83.4 for the Aquamarines, considerably lower than Team Atlantic. Now the Hazelnuts. Only the second event where Filbert is the captain for being promoted from Hazel. Hazel's still in the lineup, just in the second position. Really need some success do the Hazelnuts. For a great B Division win last season, they have struggled in this A Division. They will get 1 also all the way to the end on the top right. The other 3, like the Aquamarines, not that close. Walnut cracks 20. Filbert and Cobnut, though, not even 19. That is worse than the Aquamarines. Now, Icicles. Another team that came from the B Division last season. Not as much success as the Hazelnuts, but they did well in the qualifiers. Haven't lived up to it in the main league. And for this team, they get no finishers. No marbles all the way against the right edge. Hoping these 4 teams, none of them got a medal up until this event. And it looks like only Team Atlantic has a chance of getting one. Maybe the Aquamarines, but that 83 score from them is not that great. An 80.3 score for Icicles, certainly going to be in the bottom part of the standings. Team Atlantic, the only, I'd say, good and even respectable score with a 91.6. No one else is even close. But what can the Shadow Riders do? Also another team with no medals, but a much better team historically. In 4th and 6th in the 2 A divisions before. Now, it is Contour leading the team. Silhouette, after their poor finish in swimming, chose to sit out for this event. So Contour leading their team, and I think 3 of them actually went pretty far to the right. That is going to be close to 325s. One of them, though, very poor. And that's the vice captain Contour, leading the rest of their marbles very good. That gets them into 2nd place, but Contour just a 16.5, so they can't beat Team Atlantic. Now the Bauble squad. First team that we've seen has a medal. They had a gold in the first event sprint and a bronze in block pushing. And that's going to be a very good score. That should surely challenge for the lead. Look at the Bauble squad here. Like Shadow Riders, but no main weakness from a singular marble. I think that's 2 finishers, 1 from Ornament, 1 from Tinsel. And that's going to be a 93.9. That is within a centimeter of the Bacon Brawlers record. And the Bauble squad on pace to get potentially a medal here, if not a gold. Now the Deep Divers. For their namesake event, and an event they got a silver in back in Season 1. Oh, what I don't think they are going to live up to that Season 1 performance. No medals in this season despite getting first and second across 2 seasons. They're hoping that this could be the event where they turn it around. I don't think that will be enough. Only 4th, ahead of 3 medalist teams. 83.9, only 1 marble shipwreck could get all the way to the end. Not great from the deep divers. And the Yellow Lotus, team that didn't do this event back in season 1. They were in the B division back then. See how they can do here. Oh, they get a lot of them all the way to the end. That is going to be a great run. Look at this. 1 marble going over the other, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't halt them at all. I think that's 3 25s and 1 very close to it. This will challenge for the record. Yes, it does. Comfortably beating the record, 97.2. Just 1 22.2. The rest 25s. The Yellow Lotus are on pace to... I don't think anyone's going to beat this. 97.2. Comfortably beating the Bacon Brothers record from season 1. Yellow Lotus could potentially be on for their first ever A Division gold. So being in it, season 2 and season 3, could they do it? Now Celestials, also a very good run. The Celestials, this is going to challenge for, if not the lead, at least 2nd place. They get 2 finishers only, but the other 2 also very close. No weakness marbles here. And that's going to be 2nd place, 96.5. That would have done good enough to beat the old record. 225 and 2 in the 23 range. The Celestials, not quite as good as the Yellow Lotus, but very close to it. You see, we get into the teams that have gotten medals and past success in this season. They are ramping up the totals in Quartet Diving. Oh, a late comment there from the Majestic Melons. But I think this was also a pretty good run. The one to the near side, not great. They didn't get that far, but we have 2 finishers. Actually, 3. I think that's going to be 3 finishers, but the Captain Honeydew can only manage 16.8, so it's only good enough for 4th for the Majestic Melons. Now, Poison Ivy, another team that didn't do this event, so they were in the B Division in Season 1. Then they've grown a lot. Podium overall in Season 2. All they do here... Oh, that is going to be a very good run. That might challenge for the lead. How does it compare to the Yellow Lotus? The Yellow Lotus looked like their score was unbeatable when they did it. But we've had so many teams just come up and challenge them. And I think the Poison Ivy might have done it. 99.2! Only 1 marble is not a 25 and they're within a centimeter. 24.2. While the rest are 25s, they are within a centimeter of a perfect score. The Poison Ivy, they put to rest the Yellow Lotus hopes for their first gold, but the Poison Ivy, they want their first gold. After just losing out in the last event, they're hoping to do it here as we see the Efficient Eggs. That was not a great run. Their captain just bouncing off. I think something in the middle of the track there of the bucket. The rest of them trying to make amends, but the Efficient Eggs, this is only going to be not even cracking 90. Thought 90 was going to be a good score, but so many teams bypassing that, so 86.9 puts some Efficient Eggs in the bottom half. So the Poison Ivy with a 99.2. I thought the 97.2 was unbeatable. 99.2. I don't think anyone's going to beat that. Now the Green Lotus with the lineup change, subbing in Creeper for Cactus. Plant leading the way. Let's see how they can do. They got a bronze in Season 1. Oh, was that a perfect score? I think it was. Look at this. Not that much in sync, but every marble makes it to the end. If I'm not mistaken, we've just got a 100 score in Quartet Diving, and we have 125s across the board. Poison Ivy had 99.2. The Green Lotus have just bested it, and bested it in the best possible way. The Green Lotus are going to get a gold unless someone somehow ties that. Well, then we're going to go to a tiebreaker round. What can Slime Balls do? Being led by Slippery. The Slimy sitting this one out. It's not going to be a perfect score. It's not going to challenge to the great runs we've seen. I think it's a respectable one from the Slime Balls. Ooh, working together to try to bump the other marbles farther down to the right. That is allowed. That helps them get past 90, 91.4. The Green Lotus 100. I think they're already celebrating. They already think they've got the gold. Valley Dashers, what can they do? Trying to catch the Red Lotus. They got last place in this event back in Season 1, so they're hoping to make amends for that here, and I think they made amends pretty well. Valley Dashers, it's not a perfect score by any means, and this should be in the top half. They do get one finisher there from Gorge, and I think another one as well from their Captain Valley, and another one from Ravine. So, just with 120, that puts them down to a 95, only good enough for 5th, surprisingly. That's still in the top half. Red Lotus, they're going to need to get 7th at least to keep their championship lead. But will they be able to? Led by Water Lily. They did only okay in this event last season, in Season 1, but they did much better here. And this might challenge for a podium. The Red Lotus, they've shined at individual events this season. It's not going to be good enough for a gold, but is it good enough for the lowest step of the podium, the bronze? The Red Lotus, 95.4. They usurp the Valley Dashers for 5th, but it's not good enough to get on the podium. And so it will be the Green Lotus with their 100 centimeter score, a perfect score in Quartet Diving. Poison Ivy, oh so close, once again coming so close to the gold medal, but it eludes them once again. Yellow Lotus, they thought they got the gold, but then 2 teams did better than them. So despite a 97, great score from them, they settle for a bronze. The Green Lotus, though, this is their 3rd gold medal, the first team to reach 3 golds in this Team Quadrilla Marble League, and they have risen to 3rd place, only 7 points behind the leaders, the Red Lotus, who stretch just 1 point ahead after the last event against the Valley Dashers. But those 3 teams, 7 points within each other, very close. With 5 events to go, Slime Balls and 4 drop to 4th, Poison Ivy rise to 5th, and it's the Efficient Eggs, the Majestic Melons, the Celestials, rounding out the top half. After this event, we will see one elimination race in both divisions in the brand new triathlon.